Hey everyone, this is Sarah Lyon. I am standing at the 2019 Meet the Olympians, and I am standing here with Miss Nadia Wyatt. She was third place last year here at the 2018 Mr. Olympia, lining up right next to Candice Lewis and Cydney Gillon, the reigning champion. So now she came back after the Olympia last year, went to the Arnold, nailed it, took second to Cyd, and now here you are again, ready to battle it out on stage, right?
Ready, yeah.
Tell us about how this prep had gone from the Arnold into this one.
So from the Arnold into my Olympia prep, like I had some downtime because there's about 6 months in between show. But even with that downtime, I really just focused on being very intentional with what I was doing, and it wasn't just, going to the gym and getting a workout in, or, eating chicken because it's good for you, or, things like that. It was just very focused and intentional with making decisions to bring the best me I could for this year's Olympia.
And that's one of those things that I think everyone who's listening needs to definitely listen, especially the amateur athletes, is everything's intentional. It's not just you flip and switch on, you flip it off. It has to be a lifestyle. It has to be something that you're consistent with, because if not, you just never get that perfect package on stage.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about your experience with really making this like your lifestyle. When did you start? How did this all come about for you?
So I've always been involved in a sport, literally as long as I can remember. I did, for a long time I was a runner, and all the time I get, are you a sprinter or a gymnast? Then I go, well, I'm a bodybuilder, but I did used to sprint. So I did college athletics, and I was a sprinter and a jumper.
Okay.
And then after college, I'm a very competitive person, so I needed something to do instead of just working out. So I started doing road races and got into distance running, did a couple half marathons, some full marathons. But I don't know if you've ever been to a marathon, but there's thousands of people who run in those things.
Sure.
So it wasn't very satisfying to me to place 92nd place. And I was like, I got to find a new sport. So I had a friend who was competing in bodybuilding at the time. And I was like, I've never thought about bodybuilding, but we'll see. And I did a show, loved the entire process. I was already very focused on nutrition and training anyway.
Sure.
So to just kind of envelop more and learn more and grow in the sport that way, I just fell more and more in love with bodybuilding, and here we are.
And most do. I feel like you kind of compete, you get the lights,
Yeah.
you get that satisfaction of finishing a goal, crossing it off the list. So now, give us a timeline though. How many years ago did you start?
I started, my very first show was in 2014. I did 5 shows that year. Nationals was my 5th show. I turned pro in 2014 at Nationals in Miami. 2015 was my first IFBB season. 2016 was my first Olympia. 2017, another IFBB season, and then Olympia 18 and Olympia 19.
I think that's so awesome because, even though I asked that question, I kind of knew that timeline. And with the 5 years being here, it's so incredible. And to take, second to Cyd, the champ, and then last year, I know that you're going to be right back out there again with her. And
I'm really excited. It's going to be a battle for sure.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things that I do enjoy most about your physique, though, is that even though you're shorter, you don't disappear on stage. And that's awesome because I think that sometimes that does happen. And you don't. So we can't wait to see tomorrow's the big day.
Yes.
Any last words?
I'm just incredibly honored to be here at the Olympia. Every year coming to the Olympia, even if it's just spectating, the fans that are here, absolutely amazing. The connections that I make when I'm here, the other athletes, it's just such an incredible experience, and I'm loving every minute of it.
It really is. And if you haven't, you've had to have checked out those predictions and seen where we got you.
I haven't.
So she's going to go on, so you should go on and check out the 2019 Mr. Olympia predictions and see where we have her lining up next to the rest of the figure champions that are here, because we have the return of someone, right? So we will check back tomorrow to see her in the first call-out video that you will find on MaximumMuscleReport.com. Until then, Sarah Lyon, Nadia Wyatt, we're out.